Hey, what's going on, Guardians? Gray here with another Destiny 2 video. In this video today, I want to share with you an incredible loot farm that's available to us right now in the game. This became available with the beginning of the Moments of Triumph event that Bungie started last Tuesday. This event is going to last, I believe, until the end of the season, if not at least for the next month or so. And when they brought this event back, they actually sort of reprised all of the old raids in the game. They brought back Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars, Crown of Sorrow, and Scourge of the Past, and they made it so all of these raids are actually farmable. So you can go and do these encounters as many times as you want and still receive loot. And this opened up some incredible opportunities to farm a ridiculous amount of loot. And it's a little bit specific. I mean, you're mainly going after high stat roll armor, but you can get a ton of exotic drops. And if you have the contender shell from the Leviathan Raid, it's going to help you no matter which section of the raid you're doing. This video in particular is going to be about the dogs encounter in the Leviathan Raid. It's a very fast encounter, and you can complete it really quickly and cycle it over and over again in less than 5 minutes. And if you do it on the prestige difficulty, it's going to guarantee 2 drops from every encounter. As you can see in some of the background footage, I'm getting 2 pieces of armor, I'm getting tokens, I can get exotics, and you get bright engrams. That's a huge one. If you have the Contender's Ghost Shell, it makes it so you have a chance to earn bright engrams every time you complete an encounter in the Leviathan Raid. And that's huge. There's not really a lot of sources in the game that allow us to farm bright engrams, so it's a really good source for that. So make sure you have that contender shell. If you don't have it, again, thanks to Moments of Triumph, if you just go complete the Leviathan Raid in its entirety, you will get the Ghost Shell for completing the Triumph. It is a 100% guarantee. It gives it to you. So finish that, get that shell, and then you can start on this farm. I'm going to dive into the best strategy for how to complete this as quickly as possible. So if you enjoy the video, please leave a like below for me and consider hitting that subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on all things Destiny 2. I try to put out videos whenever fun things like this become available to us so you do not miss out, because a lot of these things are time relevant. You need to get them done while they are available to you. And the first thing we need to understand is the fastest way to get back to the dogs encounter after you complete it, because each completion you need to go back to orbit and come back into the raid on a fresh reset. Basically, you need to reset your checkpoint and enter the raid again. And I'm showing some footage in the background here. You can see you need to go up the stairs like you normally would, and you can kind of go over to the pillars right inside the main door, and you're going to hop up these little platforms on the side over here. If you can see them, you're going to go up to the, I believe, the 3rd or 4th rung, and once you get up there, you need to squeeze in this small gap. And you can see it's even a little difficult for me, but once you get up there, you're going to see this narrow gap you need to dash to with a sword, and it's going to tuck you back here in this little corridor. Now it's going to look like we completely broke the game here. You're going to see some really janky textures. All the walls are busted. We're kind of glitching into the room right now. Don't worry. You're not going to get in trouble for doing this. Bungie's okay with it. They know it exists. It's been a thing for a very long time. And you can see, follow the exact path I went through. You can go through this door. It will probably kill you. If you have a high frame rate, you'll actually die, but you can immediately respawn. And just like that, you're down in the underbelly, in the engine room of the underbelly. And it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the dog encounter. So I'm sorry if that's a little bit complicated. I'm trying to show perfect footage of me doing this in the background. So rewatch it if you need to. I'm showing the exact path you follow. Once you get down here into the engine room, you'll pull the lever, move straight through the room, and all you have to do is continue down this main hallway, dodge these little exhaust vents, whatever they are. It takes a quick minute to get down here, and that's it. Once you get to the end of this hallway, you're just going to take a right, go up the lift, and you're at the dog encounter. Only one person in your group needs to do this, and as soon as they get to the room, it will pull everyone else into there, and you'll be ready to start the dog encounter. This is probably the most difficult part of the farm, and it may sound complicated, but once you get it down, it's super easy. You can do this in less than 2 minutes, and you'll be right at the room, ready to do the dog encounter. Okay, so quick rundown if you're unfamiliar with this fight. It's really not that complicated. Basically, throughout this room that you're in, there are 6 dogs. There will be 8 dogs if you're doing this on Prestige, which you should be. Do this on Prestige to get the best loot. So there will be 8 dogs throughout the room. When the encounter begins, 4 people are going to drop down into this room while 2 of your other fire team members are going to carry these stones around. Most people know how to do this fight, so don't be afraid to ask if you need help. But the 4 people below are going to grab these orbs and immediately run to the first available glowing flower. You can see it right here. It's glowing purple. Your other teammate needs to shoot it, and it's going to give everybody the Empowering Spores buff. This is what enables you to do bonus damage to the dogs in the room. Now, it used to be back in the day you needed to get a few of these flowers done to be able to do enough damage to the dogs, but thanks to some of the new mods and weapons we have access to, you can absolutely shred these things with just 1 stack, or I say 12 stacks, but really just 1 instance of the buff. You can see right here, I'm absolutely melting them by using things like Oppressive Darkness, the Falling Guillotine Sword, Wither Horde, Nova Bomb. There's a lot of different tools to just make it so you kill these dogs, and the entire goal is just to make it so all of the dogs go down. That's all you have to do. Split it up however you need to amongst your fire team and wipe these dogs out. And you can see I got a bright engram, a piece of armor, a weapon, and 7 tokens from just 1 run. It took us, I believe it takes about 2 minutes to do the entire encounter, and you're well on your way. Then you just go back to orbit, rinse and repeat, run back into the room and do the encounter again. I'm trying to show what it looks like because the flowers that spawns is random. It'll either be on the left side or the right side, but there'll always be one that's very close to the beginning. And it's kind of a different strategy. If you see the flower spawns first on the right side, I'm going to show gameplay here, but you kind of need to sit tight for just a minute, hide around this corner, and wait for the dog to go around the corner, because if they see you, it'll begin the encounter, and you don't want that. You need to get the buff first before fighting the dogs. So you need to sit tight here for a minute, wait for him to move, and then move up and grab the buff. But you only need to do it once, and then everyone goes to their assigned position and wipes out the dogs. Then you collapse in on Prestige mode. Since there's 8 dogs and only 6 players, there's one that spawns in the trees and one that spawns in the little cave. Everyone needs to kill their dog and then collapse on those remaining 2, and that's the easiest, most effective way to do it. You can see me doing just that in a lot of this gameplay. I kill my dog and immediately run to the cave. I was on the right side, so that was my job. Once you get this down, you can probably do this in less than 7 minutes start to finish. Run into the room, do the encounter, get your loot, and go to orbit, rinse, and repeat. And like I said, make sure you have that contender shell equipped so you're maximizing your chance at new exotics and getting those bright engrams from completing the encounter. This is endlessly farmable. I cannot stress that enough. The only reason we're doing this video is because of Moments of Triumph making this endless. You can do this as many times as you want, and you're going to get some really nice high stat armor. That's why I'm primarily doing this. The tokens you get that you can bring back to the tower can be turned in, and you can get some really amazing armor from that, as well as from the encounter itself. So I hope I explained this thorough enough for you guys so you can understand the most efficient way to do this. Make sure you have a decent loadout before you come in here. You need to be able to deal some damage quickly, some burst damage, but it's really not too difficult as long as you have a half decent setup. Really, throw on Falling Guillotine and you should be good to go. But anything else helps. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you do, please, a like below is very appreciated, and consider hitting that subscribe button for me so I can keep you up to date on funny strategies like this that just let us break the game and get some awesome loot, because we have to. And that's just how it goes. I hope everyone's enjoying Moments of Triumph. Redoing all of the old raids has been a blast, and I really hope Bungie continues in this direction, because it's awesome having the raids be farmable like this. I feel like they should be this way all of the time, and it just makes it so much more rewarding. But that's going to do it on the video, guys. If you have any questions, if you feel like there's something I missed or something you don't understand, please leave it in the comments below. I respond to every comment that I get. I'd be happy to answer your questions. There's a lot of players who just started Destiny who have no idea what the Leviathan Raid even is. So if you have questions about the encounter or anything, I will do my best to help you out. So Get in there, farm some loot, and enjoy it while you can. I believe this only goes till the end of the season. Thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate your time. Good luck farming that high stat gear and getting those exotics and bright engrams. Take care.